Welcome, viewers. I'd like to read you a story. It's a story I've been working on for some time. It's separated into chapters, installments. I call them nodes. Each node has its own title. That title operates as a sort of theme for the node. This story is called My Muzzy. This is Act 1. Node 1. The title of this node is Stupid. Let's get to it. The bell hadn't even finished ringing before everyone began spilling out of their classrooms, boiling across the blacktop like sugar-drunk ants defending their hive. To the uninitiated, lunchtime at Willow Creek Elementary looked like pure bedlam, a shrieking, dust-kicked riot of small bodies and questionable behavior. But anyone who'd survived more than a week here knew the truth. Chaos has patterns. Even children, feral as we were, fell into habits. Brad and his crew held the basketball court as if it were sovereign territory. Jocelyn and Brittany practically lived on the monkey bars, moving across them with the confident precision of people who'd all but abandoned solid ground. Then there was this weird kid. He was always hanging around the bathrooms. I never figured out why, but it must have been something important to keep him there in that steady drift of sour, urine-tinged air. My best friend Devin and I had our own spot, our own habits. We always hung around this old sun-bleached bench near the kickball field. It was a sort of blind spot where our attempts to outstupid each other tended to go unseen. "What you want to do?" Devin asked, still chewing the handful of gushers I'd given him. "Why you always asking me what we should do?" My words came out with more edge than the moment deserved. "I don't know." Devin's eyes dropped as he worked the toe of his sneaker into the dirt. It's obvious something's tugging at him. I don't ask, I already know. Instead, I punch his arm. He smiles and drags his nose across his sleeve already crusted with dried snot. Then, with the abrupt authority of a 4 a.m. revelry, Devin unleashes a full-bodied from somewhere deep behind his ribs. He turns his head and spits the resulting monstrosity onto the nearest tree, where it hits the bark with a wet, triumphant thunk. Highlighter yellow with a streak of blood, it oozes downward, picking up flecks of dirt during its slow, rolling descent. "Betcha I could hit that one," I say, pointing to a tree a good 4, maybe 5 feet past the one he had so generously christened. Devin glares at me. Bullshit. Undeterred, I step forward with all the bravado of a bullfighter taking center ring. My head tips forward as I plant my hands firmly on my knees. Then I draw in a long, steady. A thick wad of phlegm escapes my lips, a biological bullet propelled by the sort of blind faith known only to children and fools. For a moment, it actually seems to hang there. Catching the sun, wobbling in the air, Devin's eyes track the gelatinous mass as feverish anticipation threatens to overtake him. Plap! It lands with a moist slap. Devin blinks once, then again, his mouth hanging open. No fucking way. "Oh, what now, son?" Devin's eyes narrow. A cold metallic focus settles behind them. Somewhere deep in his chest I could already hear the mechanery of a truly wretched hawk being spooled up. A low guttural begins to vibrate the air around us. His shoulders roll back. His neck stiffens. His whole body committed to this one singular act. "Miss Chris!" For a moment, nobody moves, nobody breathes. The air itself goes still. Whenever momentum outruns judgment, there's a moment of reckoning, and ours stood before us. 4 feet 3 inches of severe peanut allergy wrapped in a faded Red Ranger tee. Andrew Bargus. Of course, it had to be him. Miss Krishner's favorite little charity case. "Get it off! Get it off!" He furiously paws at his face as the rancid glob crawled down it in a slow, humiliating slide. "You're going to be in so much trouble, you stupid penis face! Andrew!" Miss Krishner's voice cracks the air like the sharp pop of a leather belt. He jerks upright, hands still half raised, face blotchy and wet. "What did I just hear you say?" She wasn't asking a question. She was issuing a dare. His mouth opens, closes, then opens again. He spit on me, Miss Chris. He spit on my face. Andrew jabs a trembling finger at Devon. Devon points at his own chest with a puzzled look. Miss Krishner crosses her arms and takes in a slow, measured breath. Devon, did you spit on Andrew? Miss Krishner, oh, sorry. Devon blinks. Huh? Did I slip a dog poo? Spit! Spit, you stupid! Andrew, please! Miss Krishner shoots him a fatigued look, the sort that's more about restraint than exhaustion. Then she turns back to Devon. I'm going to ask again, and this time I want the truth. Devon, did you spit on Andrew? Yes, Miss Krishner, but it was an accident, honest. Devon, she says, already turning her body towards the edge of the playground, go to the tree. He doesn't argue. He doesn't even sigh. He just he just shrugs, a loose, almost bored little roll of the shoulders. Devon had always been too proud to give anyone the satisfaction of some mewling little protest. Big surprise. He doesn't wait for a reply, already moving, already slipping back into familiar exile. There, at the outer limits of our shared reality, the great oak waits quietly, patient, inevitable. As Devon approaches the solemn giant, I could swear its branches ease towards him. The motion is so slight, I almost dismiss it. But a small part of me can't shake the feeling it wasn't the wind. Hey, there we go. All right, so that was Node 1. Stay tuned for Node 2 if, you'd like. Thank you very much for checking this out, and I hope you folks have a fantastic day. Bye.